Hey everyone. Greetings. It is 6:21. Oh, that's a perfect time. I really just wanted to jump on and talk to you all really quickly. I have this thought, and you all know normally when I have these parent empowerment for everyday living um, discussions, I'm normally with Leo or Dr. Ada. But tonight, this evening, I got to do it by myself. So if you want to jump on and you want to participate in this conversation with me, please feel free because I really do want to have a conversation. Or you can just leave your comments in the chat. You can leave your comments in the comments. Once this is on YouTube, you can leave them in the chat. And again, or you can just jump on with me and just have at it. I'm looking forward to this discussion. I was actually having I was in the midst of professional communication just today. Not that this is new, but I had this communication today with some other professionals just about parents and their active engagement. And so I'm just asking, how do you see active engagement, or what does that look like to you? I've talked to you all before about how active engagement, how helpful it is to children, right? How children benefit from it emotionally. It creates this trust. And we haven't really delved into all of how being an active parent benefits your children, but it helps them when you set boundaries, right? And we've talked about this because with Education Inside Out, which I am a parent advocate of, and by the way, I am Takesha Michelle of Education Inside Out. And so we talk about building better relationships, establishing consistency, and maintaining control. Those are our 3 pillars. That's what we talk about all the time. And that just lays the foundation for everything that's necessary. At least that's what I believe. That's what we believe at Education Inside Out, for children to become the successful people, the successful participants in the world that we live in their academics and their behavior. It stems from parents having these, being active in their lives, right? Building better relationships, establishing consistency, and maintaining control. So I ask you, what does active parenting look like to you? Are you setting the boundaries? Are you present? You know, again, all of these things create this emotional stability, this security. And sometimes I was reading and there's an article that talked about the pros and cons of being. And I was like, I don't think there are any cons, but some people might, because that conversation I was having with another professional was parents may not be able to sign an agenda. Now, the agenda book, some of you have agenda books at your schools. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. I'm not real sure. But many schools where I have taught have this agenda book, and it's a way for the children to write down their assignments and for the parents and the teachers to have communication with one another. Well, the request is that parents sign this book. Are the children supposed to write their assignments? Absolutely. Do we always allow time for it? We try, we put it on the board. We tell them, age appropriateness. But then the parents, the biggest thing is so that when your child comes home, that you examine said agenda. Or if you talk to them on the phone and hey, what does your agenda say? What are you doing? What do you have to do tonight? What is the expectation? And then when you get home, and this, I tell my kids, I've been telling my kids this for years, leave it somewhere where your parents can see it. They come in, they have a dresser, you have a specific sofa on the kitchen counter, somewhere where you all have identified that they can leave this agenda. Or if there's a note that needs to be signed, whatever it is, that parents, that's just one form of active parental involvement or engagement. Maybe you can't spend a whole lot of time with your child because you're at work. I'm not exactly sure. And I know people have traumas about so many different things. And there's a lot going on in the world that we live in. But your child, and I don't know, somebody tell me, is it something that's too hard? Is it? Even if a child lives in between two homes. Is it too hard? Is it too hard for a parent to sign an agenda book, to check a book, or to write a note, or to sign a permission slip, or any of those things? Can somebody please tell me if it is actually too hard for a parent to, at the very least, be engaged by signing something, by staying actively involved or even connected with what's happening at their child's school, with their child's teacher? No matter who it is that too hard? Is that too much to ask for? We know we ask for parents to come to various events at the school. We ask for parents to volunteer. We ask for parents to send things like school supplies or, things that help teachers in the classroom. And many parents, you are on it, you are jamming. But then there are some who people make excuses for. And I saw in this conversation that I was having, I saw where a parent who was a part of the conversation, they didn't say a lot, but it was evident that they were like, wait, I do it. I check on my kids' stuff, and my child, goes where they go. They have to be somewhere sometimes, and sometimes, I'm not able to be there, but we make sure that it happens. So why is it? I'm going to leave this question because I really didn't want to be on here long. Why is it that there are times when people make excuses for something simple? And I really, and you can tell me if I'm wrong, if signing an agenda or sending a note to a teacher or communicating with a teacher, I'm going to say with some type of paper form, if that is too hard, if that's too much of a challenge, no matter what your work schedule is, no matter the lifestyle, if your child is living between two homes, because it's not that even if it's not the parent, if it's whomever the caretaker is, right? So I'm asking you, hey, welcome. Is it too hard to expect a parent to sign a note, sign an agenda book, to just simply stay in contact with a teacher, with the child's school that way? And I'm not even talking about sending emails or making phone calls. I'm simply talking about a signature to check homework. Maybe checking homework might be a little bit hard, but just simply checking to see if it's done. Is that too much to ask? Is that too hard? Somebody please let me know. Whether you let me know in the comments, you can send me a private message. Let me know your thoughts. And I do appreciate those of you who send me private messages because you don't necessarily want your thoughts on the stream. But I do want to encourage you of this, though, because one of the things that, and my time is really at an end. One of the things that this article also said was to make sure that parents have balance. And that is a big deal. Because while it does take a lot of scheduling and setting these boundaries, and you have to be active in the lives of your children, that doesn't mean take away from yourself. And be careful with that. Now, when I say take away from yourself, yes, you have to give. They're your children, right? You have to give and you have to prepare because we're laying foundation for them to grow up and be successful, right? But we do want you to make sure that you spend some time for yourself, right? That's important. We do want you to make sure you're taking care of you so that you can properly and effectively take care and pour into your child. Okay. But I just want you to be intentional. I encourage you, be intentional about being actively involved in the life of your child, especially academically. And I know people they do football games, they cheer, they do all of the wonderful things for sports and things like that. Let's do the academics so that they can be successful academically as well as being successful athletically or musically, however else they're going to be successful. Listen, it's been about 10 good minutes. Hey, thank you. Yes, thank you. Again, I didn't want to keep you all too long, but please tell your friends to check out Takesha Michelle EDU, or Education Inside Out on YouTube. I'm going to put this up. It'll be up on Thursday, which is tomorrow. And we'll continue this conversation. I want you to put your comments here I want you to put them also in the chat on YouTube and tell your friends, hey, check out Takesha Michelle. Let's continue this conversation. I appreciate you for being with me. Thank you. Thank you. And we will talk to you all again real soon. I am Takesha Michelle of Education Inside Out, and I am your parent empowerment specialist. And I look forward to talking to you again real soon. Bye-bye.